All right, something very weird is going on. The Nassau County Police are trying to cover this up, this attack that happened on a nice bus. And it's humiliating for the county because it happened right across, again, from, this is the second video I'm doing on this, but this attack, it happened at 6:30 p.m. right here at the corner of Old Country Road and Mineola Boulevard, right across from the Nassau County Executive and County Legislature office. So, again, you know the story I read to you about these guys, right? Actually, there's another story here. Knife-wielding suspect. I hate this. They put so many ads on this site. But knife-wielding suspect. These two guys here. This guy took wood off a telephone pole after a knife-point robbery on a nice bus. These two guys got off the bus in Mineola at the corner of Old Country Road here. Happened in Mineola, 6:30 p.m. All right? They exited the bus near Mineola Boulevard on Old Country Road. So what has happened is the Nassau County Police, Patrick Ryder and Bruce Blakeman, trying to cover up what's really going on, they yanked it down from the page. Yeah, instead, they yanked it down. It was over here. And they yanked it down from the page. Unbelievable. They're trying to cover it up. You know, it's just unbelievable. Everybody, the cat's out of the bag. Everybody knows Mineola is now a crap hole. All right? What are you trying to hide? And then this happened in my former neighborhood of Westbury. This happened at 8:30 p.m., according to detectives. Police observed, and I'll see how long they take for this to bury this one. 3 men walking along Post Avenue looking at the storefronts of closed businesses. One of the men, defendant James Gene Lewis, 19 of 237 Linden Avenue, was wearing a chest-bound fanny pack as officers approached the defendant, turned his body in pack, swung down rapidly, so he had a gun. Officers were able to break his grip on the pack, and the officers were arrested and assisted in placing the defendant into custody. Recovered from the fanny pack was a loaded gun, silver and black-colored Lorcine L380 semi-automatic. So this happened on Westbury, right in the heart of Westbury, 8:30 p.m., and that was on Wednesday. So, again, people like, Westbury is a shithole, Mineola is a shithole. Sorry I'm using that word, but they are. All right? We have these criminals on the streets. The media doesn't think it's a priority. I mean, it barely got any coverage. I could put Mineola in here, and we could just look in news, and let's see what we got here. News 12, South Shore 12 barely covered it. That's it. Bus robbery. There's another one from LongIsland.com. It's the same story there. There's no incidents on what bus route this was on. And I'm really curious as to what bus route this was on. I really am. But this is what we have. And you know this guy? He looks very, very familiar. This guy. He looks really, really familiar to me. I've seen him panhandling in Mineola. I'm almost 100% positive of it. And somewhere, I may even have a picture of it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen him panhandling in Mineola. They come here to panhandle. I'm almost positive I've seen that guy before. I am 100% positive I've seen him. He looks extremely familiar to me. This is what you get here in Mineola, folks. All the criminals come here, the panhandle, whatever, and the county executive, he doesn't do anything about it. He's right across the street. Bruce, why don't you just move the county seat to Rockville Centre? Because it's obvious you don't really give a damn about us here in Mineola. This guy is worse. I'm telling you, he's worse than Laura Curran. Laura Curran wasn't great, but this guy, he only cares about the South Shore. And all the people, look, I don't want to completely blame Patrick Ryder because he's got to follow words from Bruce Blakeman. All right? And Blakeman's like, we got to take care of my peeps on the South Shore. Forget about the middle of the island. We're going to pretend we care, but we don't. All right? So now they yanked the story down, and they're trying to cover it up. Luckily, I have the story. I have it on the video. You can see it here where they took it away. Actually, they bumped us. Let's go back to the page here, as I have the whole thing right here. So they bumped us, and they put a bias incident, Merrick. It's that because Merrick's more important than we are. So, yeah. That's the wrong thing. Yeah, so this is where it was. It was below the traffic advisory. You could see right here. And then they yanked it down. They yanked it down. Actually, no, there was a traffic advisory in Manhasset. They yanked that down, too. They yanked that down, too. Yeah. They yanked that down, too. So they yanked the traffic advisory and they yanked that down. So something really fishy is going on here at the Nassau County Police Department. Oh, and you can see here, Bruce Blakeman puts his name right there. What are you doing? Computer just wants to just be a pain in the neck right now. This is his name right here. You see it. Bruce Blakeman. He is letting the county turn to shit. This part of the county. Of course, this part here. Forget it, man. Just take a big red X. Let's take this brush size all the way up. Just do this, because that's pretty much what's happened here. This whole area. Just X. It's red line, man. It's done. The illegals, the criminals, they're all here, man. Move the hell out. You got a business, you got property. I'm telling you. Just get out. All right? You see the writing on the wall, man. I don't want to see people lose money. Get out now while the getting is good. All right? This neighborhood, Mineola, New Hyde Park, this whole corridor right here, all the way out, Jamaica, draw this all the way out. Part of Garden City, I think the northern part of Garden City also. Hicksville all the way out. This whole area here is done. You got the illegals coming into Creedmoor. They're going to come here, commit more crime. We got all the criminals coming here. You got to get out of this neighborhood, man. I'm telling you. I got to get out, and I'm telling people to get out, And, everybody knows what's happening. All right? I want to tell you something before I end this video. All right? And I had a conversation when I was at Rockville Centre. I had a conversation with Rockville Centre. You can see it was hopping the night. You can see all the very important, nicely dressed people there. I was at Rockville Centre. An MTA Police Officer was patrolling the platform. And I said, why don't you come and patrol Mineola? We really need you guys in Mineola. And his response was, I'd love to also. But this was, he couldn't say any more. But basically, the vibe when I was getting is they're being instructed to, patrol Rockville Centre. Because that's, again, look at these people. They're important people. You've got to be with these. If you're not with these people, then you have no point living on Long Island. You've got to be with them, whether you want to or not. These are the people that count. So I explained to him, Mineola is horrible. Mineola Station's horrible. It's not safe. And he said, yeah, we know. I forgot what he referred to it as, but he said, yeah, it's a mess. It's a disaster. So yeah, you got to get out of Mineola. All right. Mineola's done for. Rockville Centre is the place to be. I got to fight like hell to live there. And this is what it is. This is the enclave. This is the lifeboat that I've got to fight to get onto. This is the last part of Long Island that isn't burning down with crime and blight. All right? And I got to fight like hell to get in here. And I'm going to do that. I got to fight like hell to get in here. Even if these people don't want me here, they've got to show a little bit of compassion and let me in, because literally it's a matter of life or death for me. All right? He says, the longer I stay here in Mineola, the longer I put myself at risk for being attacked, dying in a fire, perhaps. There's no way out of this place if there's a fire. I'm going to die. There's a bad fire in here. Getting stabbed by some illegal as part of a gang initiation, or getting attacked on a nice bus riding home. Walking down a deserted street, something bad happens, there's no one there to help me. There's no cars driving by. There's no people walking around. something bad is going to happen to me the longer I stay here. So yes, it is a matter of survival. And if I can't get down to the South Shore, then I have to leave Long Island. I have to say that's it. Because it's not a matter of, I don't want to wind up in New Jersey, but, if I have to choose between having to shut up and go live in New Jersey or getting stabbed to death, I think I'll shut up and go live in New Jersey. Because it's guys like these that really scare me. All right? And these are the kind of guys you have hanging around Mineola. They're violent people. They're not up to any good. All right? There's nothing. They're out on the streets when they should be in jail. And they should lock them up and throw away the key. But they don't do that. No. Instead, and we got more people. You don't know with these illegals coming. You don't know how many of them are criminals. So I've said what I said. That's all. Have a good night. I know it's the second video I made on the subject, but because they took the story down, Bruce Blakeman, I think you might even be worse than Ed Mangano, because you know what? At least Ed Mangano did keep us safe. You can't even do that. You're pathetic, Bruce Blakeman. And I hope you lose the next election. Really are pathetic. You are the worst county executive Nassau has ever had. Yeah, even worse than Ed Mangano. I said it. Have a good night.